today's video, we'll be breaking down makeup in sections.
Well, hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Denise and I'm doing everything over 60.
I think one of the more important parts in first steps with prep for your skin, besides using your serums after you have washed your skin, is to prep it with hydration. And so here I am using just an eye cream that has one of those paddles on it that is nice and cooling. It's made of metal, and I do find that feels good. I don't know that it particularly does anything, but it's a nice way to spread that around my under eye. And I do have dark circles and my eyes are sunken and they're getting darker as I'm aging. So I like to keep that super hydrated. And the next thing I'm going to use in that vein is going to be my chapstick. And this has been a lifesaver for me. What this does is you're just going to lightly put that around the areas that have the wrinkles for yourself. And that puts a barrier between the wrinkle and it's a clear barrier. And so it's leveled off that wrinkle with basically wax. And when you put your makeup on over that, the pigment of that is going to float on top of that, and it's not going to settle into that wrinkle quite as bad as if you would have done it with just bare skin or just cream. And so here I've got, like I said, those dark circles, and I'm using this needs to be a gray cast or a kind of it can be more of a bronze color too, with just no sheen. And so basically the idea here is to take the dark spots and make them light, and the light spots and make them dark, because that's what distinguishes the idea that you can see the difference between the skin colors, and that exacerbates the whole situation there. I make an L right near my my nose right there, because the color of the skin of my nose that connects to the darkness of the circle under my eye shows off that color more. And then also the outside bone of my cheekbone. And then on top, I do not use, on top of my lid, I don't use any type of eyeshadow primer. I like to use a concealer. It's a lighter concealer, and this is a sticky consistency, so it pretty much lets my eyeshadow anyway stay in play all day for me. And so that's what I use, and I bring that all the way up to the brow bone, and I all the way down to the lash line, and also in at the bridge of my nose. I also have this is for my hooded lids, and so I'm going to just take a darker color and go to the fleshiest part of that on my brow, which is generally a couple of skips above the natural crease in my eye. And I'm just going to pounce that in. If I were to do side swipe motions like the windshield wiper at my age, the skin is a little looser and the pigment would just skip over the skin and leave these white lines where no pigment actually attached, and it would look really strange. And I'm not doing a cat eye look. So I also have smaller eyes and they're closer set. So for me, I need a lighter color from the inner third corner to the beginning of the iris. And so that's what I'm doing here. It pops the eye out in just the easiest of ways. If you have a more bulbous eye, you might want to consider using a darker color. I could have used lighter color just specifically over my iris if I wanted my eye to look larger, but today I thought this was enough. I like to use my pinky because it has just the slightest bit of oils, natural oils in it, and the heat seems to spread out and make the, this is the shimmer, the outer corner, make the shimmer shine just a little bit more. And I find also that just your pinky tip is just about the perfect size to fit right in that in that area. And so I'm just blending those together. So there's the demarcation line is just a little bit more muted. And here I am using a soft, this is something that I do a little bit more differently than other people. I don't use darker color. I use different colors. I don't use black. And here I'm using a darker brown. It's more muted. And I don't connect the corners because my eyes are smaller, and that shuts them down. That shuts them off, and it makes them look smaller, and it just doesn't look right. It makes them look beady. And so I use that just in the middle, and then I'm going to blow that out with a little brush on either end. If you want to make your eye look bigger than that, you can also save the middle part right directly underneath your iris on the other side below, and put that as a shimmer, a lighter color shimmer as well. I also like to put the inner corner with a lighter shade. That's kind of an icy color. And then moving on to the eyebrows, I like to brush the eyebrows down so that I for sure do not start my line up too high. And then if I do have any kind of little mistakes in there at all, when I brush that up, generally they just basically disappear because the brush will take those out. I have a great video on eyebrow placement, how you do that. It's fairly easy, how you map that out on your face for your face. And I have that in my playlist. And so I've lost quite a few eyebrows at the beginning set of my eyebrows. So I always like to curl my eyelashes and do the hack where I let them dry, put translucent powder on the curling wand, and put one more coat of mascara on. I do not want to mess my eyes up with another product to make them look even more craggy and deep set with wrinkles, so I like to use the lightest product possible, which is a setting spray.